rushing waterfalls like rushing hearts. This happy Python definitely got the riders thinking. Lloyd Kirk making his way through there quite easily. And here are some of our volunteer marshals, also some seasoned veterans back in the day, making this happy Python look really easy. Never underestimate a senior citizen. Chris Coulthard, also one of our spectators as well. An ex-WFO track setter, and definitely not shy of some of the technical stuff on that KTM TPR 300. There we go, Coulthard making it look nice and easy up that tricky waterfall where some riders took 30 minutes just to get up that piece alone. Here comes Roos KTM's Altus de Vet, multiple South African Enduro champion, and let's see how he takes it up this awesome waterfall section. Nice and smooth he goes, twists that throttle on that 250 machine, and off he goes up the gully. For the youngsters, Carl Purchase from Umkomaas on that Alfie Cox Motul KTM racing team machine, and also making the waterfall look like it's pot chips and gravy on a Sunday. Hayden Lowe now on the pegs, busting it through those rocks in Happy Python, a section where you have to have your wits about you. It's not for sissies. You've got to be fit, you've got to be strong, and you've got to be dedicated to your training to get through here with a nice smooth rhythm. But even Lowe dumps it and looks back at the cameraman to say, buddy, I hope you didn't get that. Oh, all the steam, all the smoke. He fires that machine up again, and off he goes on that dynamic racing machine. The seasoned veteran and legend of the sport, William Gillett, racing for Trojan Medical, supported by Kingsmead Shoes on that KTM Durban machine. Another bronze newbie, Brandon van Valkenhausen, ghosting that KTM 250F up the rocks with a big smile on his face as well. Never doubt, just get it out.
Yo, this is hard. Yo, not so happy on the Python. Woo! We've been stuck in here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours now.
How are you finding the extreme enduro? Anything you want to say to Clint?
Super slippery, dude. You should have warned us.
It was a very challenging course. The guys are coming back. They look like they've had a really tough day. But I think the top guys have had a really good day. Nice track, nice setup, nice event. Clint's done a great job.
Standing here now with Richard Vaughan, today's clerk of the course. Richard, it was a challenging course. We've heard from a lot of the riders. You know, there's been quite a few spills. We heard of one incident. How was it from a logistical standpoint?
There have been some challenges. I think the weather last night started the challenges for us. But other than that, we've had a couple of issues relating to routes and GPS coordinates and stuff like that. But overall, guys have done very, very well to be here today and actually get to the finish. This has been a really, really tough race. I think the terrain and the venue is absolutely stunning. So from that point of view, definitely want to come back here. I think we've had a couple of injuries, but that's part of the terrain when it comes to enduro. We've had a guy with a finger that went into a sprocket, obviously trying to lift his bike, so you can imagine that doesn't look too nice. And then we've had a couple of dehydration cases, especially with the backlogs and the guys getting stuck in queues. There's been a couple of dehydrations. We've had the medics treating one guy with a dehydrated situation, but he's fine. Put him on a drip and he's back to normal again, but it's been great.
Guys, you heard it here. It has been brutal. This has literally been a massacre on the mountain today. With Gareth Jones, owner of RBS Yamaha. Gareth, I see you guys have got quite a big team here today. Can you tell us about a bit about your riders, how many guys you're fielding, and why you and RBS decided to back the riders for the series?
Yeah, cool. How's it, Nick? Yeah, RBS hasn't been involved in the racing for quite some time now. We've been around for nearly 40 years in the industry. Obviously it's a business thing. We're here to promote the sport, we're here to promote the youngsters. This year we've got some really hot youngsters riding in the team under the Blue Crew initiative. The Blue Crew is a Yamaha franchise where the guys can come, any Yamaha can sit in the pits with us. We've got young Kate Manty riding for us, who currently seems to be winning every race he goes to. He's a phenomenal rider with a big future ahead of him, definitely a future champion.
Thanks again for fielding so many riders, and we'll see you around at future events.
Thanks Nick, appreciate it.
William Slater, today's winner from the gold class. William, we chatted to you after round one, the Lake Eland Enduro. Can you talk a bit about this Enduro? Obviously on the top step of the podium, so can you run us through your day?
Yeah, it was a lot harder than the first one, I think. It would have been about the same, but the rain changed things quite a bit. There's this black mud that was everywhere, especially on the first lap. It was hard to find your line and let the hill straight. But yeah, it was a good track, well organised, perfect distance I think, so yeah, it was all good.
William, can you tell us a bit about the Dynamic Racing team that you're with?
Yes, yeah, so this year I'm racing with Dynamic Racing. There's about 15 guys on the team, so from juniors to guys that are getting podiums. Yeah, it's just pretty much to help guys get to races, and luckily we got some help from like Henderson and Perry Escobana helped me out quite a bit, Martis. Yeah, so it's pretty much just to get more people involved in the sport, and not really about the results. The results are obviously nice, but yeah, just to get more people involved in the sport.
And William, can you tell me, did Clint's promise of the toughest extreme enduro so far this year ring true?
Yes, yeah, for sure. It's by far the toughest race of the year so far. Look, I think the other ones might be harder, but the rain definitely changed things quite a bit.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for all the effort today, and it's good to see you back on top.
Thanks guys.
Standing here now with Lloyd Kirk, another Blue Crew team member here. Lloyd, can you tell us about your ride today, how you found the event, and where did you place?
Yeah, well, I've come in second now. The ride was very tech, one of the techest rides I've done this year. Very muddy. The tyre choice was definitely a big decision you had to make, because past some I was standing still and they definitely had the wrong tyres on. So I think tyres were really important today because it was so muddy and off-cambered.
Said what the viewers are going to see. Some guys were standing still, just wheel spinning, other guys were hooking up and going forward. As far as the Power Soul event, this is the second one this year of the Extreme Enduro. Are you looking forward to the third?
Yeah, well, the first one didn't go my way. I had food poisoning, so I didn't finish that one. So I'm nowhere in the points, but I'm doing it for the fitness.
Come on, look forward to seeing you in the future.
Okay, thank you.
Sean Chambler, the #1 finisher today from the silver class.
Yes.
Sean, how many laps did you do and how was it out there?
Yeah, we had to complete 2 laps today. It was tough, eh? Very tough there, but I'm back on the KTM now. Yeah, things went well, eh? We had to dig deep in the first round in the riverbeds and that. It was wet, but all in all, yeah, it went well.
Tyre choice, everything played to your favour?
Yeah, I ran a Metzler super soft today. It was perfect. It gripped on all the rocks and that, and yeah, it was good fun.
So obviously you're on the top step in your class. You didn't find it too difficult, but if there was one word you would use to describe the event today, what would it be?
Insane. No, it was tough, man. We had to dig deep out there. It was really hard going in. Yeah. I remember seeing you guys out there and had to give it all wave, but yeah, it was good, eh? All in good. Thanks very much.
Standing here with Kate Manty from the RBS Racing team. Kate, can you tell us what class you competed in, what bike you're on, and how the event was today for you?
Yeah, I competed in high school silver. I ride a Yamaha YZ125X for RBS Yamaha and Fox. Yeah, the track was really rough out there. Like, having the wrong tyre on for today was just terrible.
Some of the hill climbs, we've been to quite a few of the spots around the track. You mentioned your tyre choice. How important was that today? I saw a lot of guys slipping, battling for traction, just really, really suffering.
It was really important today, you know, because if you don't have the right tyre or soft mousse, and you're not going to get any traction.
I'm standing here with Noah Martins, another rider of the Blue Crew Yamaha Racing team. Noah, can you tell us a little bit about your ride today? How you placed overall and what you thought of the course?
The track was nice. Just in the beginning it was very wet and slippery, and in the ravines the water came down a lot, so it was fairly deep, and we suspect I won the bronze class today, so yeah,
Are we still waiting on results currently?
Yeah, we're still waiting on the results.
Well, we'll be holding thumbs for you, man. You do a good job out there.
Yes, thanks.
William, I know you just got in, but has Clint informed you yet where you've placed for the day?
I think it's 5th overall, so I'm always happy with that. And yeah, there's some of the different results today, but well done to the guys that are out there. To finish one lap today is an incredible success. You must know when people don't have as much skills as us, how much they have to push around the track. You see them at every single obstacle with ropes pushing and pulling each other. And that's what the sport's about. So it's been a great day. Thanks for all the guys who made the track.
This round 2 event has become synonymous for its name. The Mountain Massacre, a 4-year growing event, and we are so super chuffed to have brought this event to the Umkomaas Valley for the first time. We started in the Berg, we've brought it down here to the lower pans. It's been super wet the whole week with lots of rainfall, and believe me, the guys had to work hard for their money today. It's been an absolute privilege working with KZN Iveco, one of our major sponsors, and of course KTM Durban as well, one of our senior partners. And a massive thank you to all our sponsors that have got behind this event and made it a fantastic and successful massacre out there. As we wrap up round 2 of the KZN Iveco Mountain Massacre, we see William Slater leading the gold category, Cade Manta leading the silver. Be sure to catch us at round 3 at the Timberland Extreme in Ikopo at a Korongo Lodge. Get your entries in soon. This race is limited to 200 riders. It's going to be a cracker.